gonna check this.
Head, once I'm done, I'll head down with you.
Centipedes leap out at you.
I'm ready this time.
That is a box that has been like nailed shut. You can pull the nails out and open it if you'd like.
I have a what's it called?
Bad idea.
Crowbar. That's what those
Okay.
are called.
All right. You pull the nails out, and
Because we have such good experience with boxes that we find in dark places.
He's covered in bees.
I need to get my box percentage up.
you pull it open, and inside, as you lift the lid, you're just met with this wave of horrible smelling,
Are you
rotted out food.
okay? Guess we'll walk away from the box then.
Yeah, it's very moldy in there and gross.
This looks like a bathtub. What is this?
That is an old like tank for liquid. Um,
Yeah, I'm not touching that one.
okay. Oh, I've seen Wanu's too many today.
Ambrose is gonna inspect up this little fountain here.
Okay. The image in the map is representative. You do see rungs of a ladder leading down into.
So this is a deep fountain.
Could be. It's hard to tell with water how deep something is, but just like if you look and count just the rungs going down, you can count about 10 of them.
That's pretty deep.
Okay, Ambrose says to the group, any of y'all got gills?
Johnny enters the scene.
Excuse you, what?
He asks if
Look.
anybody has gills, and then you suddenly appear in this room.
Ambrose points to the ladder. There's a thing down here, but with all my mysticism, magical arts, can't breathe underwater that much, really.
Hmm. I can fashion a long breathing tube, but that's about it. It's not a it's not a pipe, but it's close.
Uh,
So there's a pool of water in the floor, and there's a ladder going down.
There, yep. And it's not actually a fountain, so ignore that part. It's just a pool of water there. It's remarkably clear despite the years that it's presumably been left alone.
I'm willing to identify. What is that? It's magical. It has to be.
You're identifying what exactly?
The pool of water.
It's water,
Seriously, there's no magical properties to it.
not on the water.
How about the ladder?
So that you're casting this as a ritual,
Yeah,
so
it takes
it's
it takes
taking
1 minute.
11 minutes. As a ritual, it adds 10, so it's 11 minutes
Okay.
each time you.
Okay, so I say, hang on a minute. He just sits there and just kind of staring at it, clasping his belly button the whole bit.
The ladder appears non-magical.
Huh. I got nothing.
It is remarkably clear, and at the very bottom of the pool of water, at the bottom of this cylinder, for lack of better words, you can see two things.
Okay.
You can see a rock that is about the size of a fist, and then you also see lying next to it is a leather pouch.
Hmm.
What if
The
it's a
ladder rungs, there are 10 of them, and so that puts it at about 10 feet.
what if it's a
Well,
portal?
tell you what. Let me strip out of my armor. I'll go check it out.
Can you swim?
Before you do that, I should mention that I did find a secret tunnel back in the dragon room.
Swimming is
like-
overrated.
Okay.
I have a ladder that I can climb up and down. I think I'll be okay.
Alright.
I,
Does it look like that could be a portal and like basically we're seeing the reflection and the ladder actually goes up?
I've checked it. I've checked it as best I know how, and there is nothing. There are no magical properties to the water. There's no magical properties to the ladder.
Would a portal read as having? Yes, it would. Never mind. That's a stupid question.
So he just kind of. He's like, "You got there, awesome."
Johnny,
Yes,
humor me.
sure.
I pull out some rope. Tie this around yourself, just in case.
Okay, not a problem.
Thanks.
He gets down to his skivvies.
All right.
And he's built like a blacksmith.
Pretty much.
I mean, he is one, so
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I think.
Yeah.
Has that been
I-
revealed? Who knows?
yeah.
Don't tie the rope to your neck. Maybe
No.
like around the waist would be best.
Yeah, pretty much.
I was figuring under the arms, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh, water's cold.
Johnny, and
It is
as
a
Johnny's descending the ladder, Ambrose puts his hand on Johnny's shoulder. He goes, Johnny, before you go down there, I just want you to know I found it, so I get first dibs on whatever's down there.
oh my god.
He says, okay, drags you in with him.
All right.
It is actually. It is not cold. It
Ooh.
is a extremely well. It's a comfortable temperature.
It's like a hot spring almost.
Not even that. It's not. It's just a temperate, like, this is. It's a good temperature. It's not too warm. It's not too cold. It's like
comfy.
right in the middle.
Comfy. All right, I'll leave Jack's Heart where he is, and I'll go down. I'll go check out what's down there. Take a deep breath and head down.
I mean, Jaxar wasn't even the one that stopped you. So
Sorry,
Ambrose.
Sorry, Ambrose.
okay. All
My
right.
apology.
It's cool. We both do the spell things. It's
Yeah, I
Okay.
know, but I should know your voices by now. I'm sorry.
You take a deep breath and begin working your way down the.
Yeah.
With the help of the ladder, it's easy to push yourself down, despite the natural tendency to natural buoyancy. And after a few moments, you're able to get to the bottom.
Have any body fat? He sinks like
Yeah,
a
I'm
rock.
solid muscle. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I suppose.
All right.
I don't know what that's like while swimming, so I guess I was drawing
It's-
from my own
it's
experience
rough.
wrongly.
People who are solid muscle, who have very little who are very lean and have very little body fat, have to work harder to stay afloat.
hey, you got that buoyancy.
The more body fat you have, the easier it is to stay afloat. Actually.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah. So feel around there down there for that rock and the pouch.
You have your eyes closed then, since you're feeling around, or are you just like gonna grab it? Because it is unusually clear water, and you can see right through it.
All right. No, you got one eye open, one eye closed.
Okay. Yeah, you can grab the stone and the pouch. The pouch is a bit bigger than like a normal belt pouch. It would be approximate, like if you take your hand and you spread out your fingers, about that size.
Okay. Is there a belt loop on the back of it?
No.
There's no way to affix this to any part to anything. It's just basically a bag.
Yeah, it's more like a bag than a belt pouch.
Does it have a tie closure on it?
Yes, and it is
Loop?
currently pulled taut.
Okay, loop that around my wrist so that I don't have to actually hold on to the thing,
Okay.
and then grab the rock and lift and haul myself out.
Okay.
Before
As
I
you
drown.
pick up the rock,
Mhm.
the stone, which is about the size of a fist, so it's quite a hefty thing.
Mhm.
As you're lifting that, the remarkably clear water just in front of you in the shape of a vaguely humanoid creature begins to shift and become more opaque and like there's a thing in the water with you.
Can
Dang
I
it,
see this?
Johnny.
Because I'm watching.
Yep, everyone that's looking down can see this happen.
Fun. Okay. We'll wait and see what happens. I am going to, as an action right now, I'm going to cast Blessing of the Forge on myself, so at least I got some AC.
Yeah, no kidding.
Okay.
It gives me a plus one AC. So I got something at least because I know I'm not wearing my armor right now. And we'll see what happens as I pick up the stone and start backing away.
Okay. You feel and see this opaque water shift and move towards your wrist,
Mm-hmm.
and probably gonna
With
fail.
with the pouch or the wrist with the rock?
With the rock.
Let go of the rock.
Okay. So it tries to pull, or it tries to take hold of your wrist as you release the rock, and it just sort of shifts back, and you can no longer see it as it becomes less opaque and becomes transparent, and the still water returns to being crystal clear.
Okay, do I feel anything wrapping around my wrist?
No.
Okay.
Running out of air yet?
Yeah, I'm leaving the rock where it is and head. I got the bag around my other wrist. I'm gonna head up.
Okay. You've only been down there, 3 rounds, so you've got plenty of air still.
Oh, okay.
I'm not getting into an underwater fight with something I can't see when I'm not wearing armor. That's just not happening.
Okay. All right. You pull yourself up along the ladder,
Yep.
and after a few moments, are able to haul yourself out of the water.
Okay. Well, that was interesting.
What? Any idea what that thing was?
It may have been a water elemental. It may have been the guardian of whatever that stone was. Don't really know. Not in a huge hurry to find out.
Same.
He says, I want to know what's in here. And he looks at the bag and
Okay. Despite, I mean, you know that the soldiers come here from Bryn Melon at least once a year.
mm-hmm.
The most recent time was about a month and a half ago, and yet the pouch is remarkably in in good condition.
Mm-hmm.
It hasn't like decayed within the water like you would expect.
Right. Open it and see what's inside.
Okay.
Do not open it with the opening facing my head.
All right.
But actually, I put my hand on his hand as he's beginning to open it and say, "Do you want to put your armor on first?"
Not a bad idea. Thank you very much.
Sure thing.
Okay. You take the time to don your armor.
Shake
Fasten
myself off
straps.
like a basset hound.
Yeah.
Spraying water over everybody.
Your ears flop around like a bat.
Make sure I'm standing right next to Gwen while I do it.
Mm.
I'm just kind of watching Ambrose to see if he's going to rush the bag.
My new armor! Come on!
It'll drip dry. It's fine.
It's leather!
I made it. It's
It's
fine.
treated leather.
Ambrose was standing next to the ladder, so he kind of helped Johnny up when he was crawling out, but he has not taken his eyes off of the pool and that rock yet.
Okay.
If you want to go after that rock, bro, go for it. There's something down there.
It takes a couple minutes to get all of the armor back in place and ready.
Yeah.
But
How far down is the rock?
10 feet.
If you really want to go down there,
No, I mean we have other ways to get things.
I'll go
No,
down
Johnny-
there. Let's see what's in this little bag first, in case it's something magical.
Are you thinking of mage handing the rock up?
Hell yeah, I am.
I love that that happened after Johnny went down.
I was unaware that there was a rock, and he seemed pretty adamant.
All right, so you're ready and you open the pouch now?
Yeah.
You open it up and look inside, and it is much deeper than you expected.
It's a bag of
It's
holding.
larger on the inside.
It's a TARDIS. What's a TARDIS? I have no idea, but this is what it is. I'm not gonna put my hand in it.
Bag of holding.
What is it?
It might
It's
be.
a TARDIS. The
No, no,
actually
no.
really
It might
damn
be an
interesting satchel.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna say Gwen asks, what is it?
It's a bag that is bigger on the inside.
It's like,
Whoa,
Looking
wait,
in, you
what?
see
Really?
a
that's what a
smattering
bag of holding is, yeah.
of silver coins, a vial of a greenish liquid, and then you also see a small skeleton.
No.
Oh.
Get that
I
thing
just
out of there.
and I describe these things.
How small a skeleton are we talking?
I mean,
Is it humanoid?
Phase size.
it's humanoid, yeah. It's either the skeleton of a halfling or a child.
You wanna dump that shit out?
I don't want to carry around a skeleton, personally.
Yeah, that's
I would rather not just dump it out. That's kind of
Sacrilege.
sacrilegious.
Gwen
Yeah.
shrugs.
We'll carry the skeleton with us and give it a proper burial later.
yeah, I mean for right now probably the best thing is just keep it inside the bag.
Johnny, I'll tie the bag off to my belt.
Okay.
Well, and who knows, if you pull that skeleton out, it might animate.
Yeah, we're not gonna test that theory right now.
Okay.
That
Not
will be met
playing
with
that game.
Also,
holy
with your
fire
passive
and-
perception, as you looked into the bag, you noticed something silvery crawling among the silver coins. You didn't notice it right away because it's pretty much the same color.
Mm-hmm.
Is it another
Interesting.
scorpion?
Don't know. We'll find out later. Right now is probably not the best time to go exploring into a magical bag.
Or
Yeah,
letting
with-
anything
with-
out of it in enclosed quarters.
Right.
With the size of it, you couldn't really tell what it was that was moving. You just knew something was moving in among the coins.
Yeah, there's something in there. Don't know what it is. Let me get some time so I can sit down and focus on this and find out what this bag actually is before we go sticking our hands in it.
100%
Good
agreed.
call.
Wasn't
Yeah.
scorpion? Wasn't it protect and was it dwarvish that it said on it?
It was an Almani.
Come on. Okay.
Because I've heard tell of many different types of bags of wonder, and one of the ones I've heard about, many of them come from the manifest, the maker, but one of them comes from one of the, from the oh god, what was the name of that one, Jacob?
The jester.
No, not the jester. There were the ball in your world. What was it? What was this called?
Bale?
The Trine or something like that. Anyway, can't remember.
Oh, the trine.
The
Yes.
Trine. It comes from the Trine, and it's a bag of devouring, and you do not want to put your hand in that bag.
No. The trine's domain is the grave, and I don't think any of us is prepared to die today.
No, so we don't want to touch that one. So we'll just hold on to this for the time being.
Yep. So the major deities have the article "the" in front of them. The minor ones don't. So he's just trying.
Trine.
No,
All
Trine.
right.
Thank you very much. Okay. So I don't know what we're gonna do about that rock, but I'm not
Oh, I got it.
I'll just mage hand it. Yeah.
He looks at you and goes, "Excuse me."
I got it.
What the heck is that?
He just kind of shakes his head, smiles, and says, "Okay."
The sorting hat has gone to the dark side.
Oh my god.
What? What is going on? What?
Ah,
Oh,
It's badass.
Oh.
that's awesome. Put that on your head and see what happens.
no, thank you.
All right. Ambrose kind of strips down. He makes sure to put his Book of Shadows,
Wait,
just like sets it
wait,
down on the ground.
wait, wait. Are
What?
you gonna let Tonus try to mage hand it first?
Heavier than Mage Hand can carry.
How heavy was the? How big is the rock?
It's about the size of a fist.
That is less
It's
than
less
10
than
pounds.
5 pounds. Yeah.
It might be a heavy rock.
Might be some big
Johnny,
fists.
was it a heavy rock?
Hard to tell. I mean, you were in water, so, but it wasn't like, oh my gosh, this is dragging me down.
I was kind of focused on the thing in the water with me. I couldn't really give you a proper. Give it a shot. See what happens.
Yeah, why not?
Cast Mage Hand and
And
go
then,
to pick up the rock.
Someone mentioned 5 pounds. That's a 3.5 rule. In 5th
Oh,
edition,
okay.
it's 10.
It's 10. It's
Okay.
10, yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, that's more reasonable.
Okay, so the spectral hand appears at the base of this cylinder of water and grasps the rock and begins to lift it out. It gets a couple runs up from the bottom when it just stops.
Stops as in.
It's no longer moving upwards.
Okay.
You've what would a mage hand represent in your mind? Let's see. I'm gonna say that when you cast Mage Hand, you probably have a sort of mental connection in that you can sort of feel the weight of things you're trying to move.
Yeah.
And so at a certain point, it just feels like it is now the heaviest object in the world. And that it's clearly whatever is down there that Johnny mentioned has grabbed the rock and is holding it down.
Oh, okay.
But we don't see anything opaque.
No.
Anybody have any lightning magic?
Lightning?
Can I get an Arcana check from Jaxar? Oh, well, Jaxar's in the other room paying attention to Ropey. Actually,
Hey, Jaxar, could you come help us with something? I was gonna ask for his help with like I pass it off to his mage hand and then we like try and sneak it out.
well, if your suspicion is correct and the creature down there has grabbed it and is holding it down, then someone else casting Mage Hand isn't going to do.
Oh, I thought you were doing the same thing where it grabbed Johnny's wrist. But okay, that makes sense. Never mind.
I can go back in after it.
Nah, don't worry. I got a plan.
Terrible idea.
You have a plan?
I got a plan.
Oh dear.
John just looks at you with highly amused. I cannot wait. Go.
So Jaxar has come into the room, and so I assume you guys have explained what's going on.
Yes.
I'm going. Ambrose.
Yeah.
Please tie the rope around yourself.
Oh no.
Okay, sure.
So then now I'll call for that Arcana check from Jaxar.
That's not what I meant to do. I apologize. Go away. Dang it. Stop. There we go.
Okay. So it's probably is a water elemental down there. From Johnny's description of how it turned opaque, but then was able to mask itself perfectly in the clear water. One thing you know about them is that cold will slow them down.
Ambrose, do you have those boots still?
As a matter of fact, I do.
It's gonna get all wet. It's
I
gonna
have
be all
no
Ambrose.
sticky.
idea why I am even considering mucking about with a water elemental.
That's fine. Ambrose kind of like takes off some of his more flowy robes and is down to basically just like pants and boots, making sure to set the Book of Shadows somewhere where it'll most likely stay dry because I don't know if that's waterproof yet.
You can test that out right now.
I don't really want to test anything with the magic book that the cat gave me, so
Gotcha card.
I really love that you added the cat to that portrait. That's so great.
thank you. Thank you for making the cat. Honestly, the cat is so good. I love the like how you described it as like half calico, half black. And yeah, just for just to test it out, I like just kind of carefully dip the cold boots into the water, like to make sure it's not going to freeze solid on me or anything.
Okay. Funnily enough, as the bottom of the boot touches the water, a pad of frozen water uh, appears under it. It's freezing the water as it touches it.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's
Quite
It's like
literal.
it's like the boots of freezing from Minecraft.
yeah. I'm gonna
So
keep
does
calling
this
them the
mean?
frosty boots.
So does this mean you can walk on water?
Effectively.
Well, you have them off, right? You're just doing it with your hand.
Yeah, I'm just like dipping them into the water right now.
Right. So that's unknown because he's not wearing them.
Oh,
Oh. I assume as much though, but
Ah.
this will not serve my purposes because I have to get to the bottom. So original plan it is then. So yeah, I just set my stuff to the side and I make sure the rope is tied around securely. Good rope. And I slip into the water, and when I'm in it, like about up to my neck, I just turn to everyone and say, "You might want to back up," and I go under.
Okay. So he's told everyone that you might want to back up.
I'm still right there because I'm holding onto his rope.
Okay. Are you looking down into the fountain as well, into the water?
I've been keeping an eye. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I just I slink down into the water and let my eyes adjust for a couple seconds before getting down to the bottom.
Okay.
And I
This is a roll 20 thing. I don't know if you guys have the ability to do this or if it's just GMs, but uh, whenever you move your token, it normally snaps into the squares. If you
Yes.
hold Alt when you do that and let go, it'll let you place it outside of the grid.
oh, it's nifty.
Cool.
Very
All right, so you're at the bottom.
It's magic.
And you okay?
I'm fine.
man? All right. Once I'm at the bottom, I pick up the rock and I just kind of wait. See what happens.
Okay. Same as when Johnny picked up the rock. As you pick it up, this humanoid-like form. It's very vaguely humanoid. It's sort of two-armed, two-leg-ish. It's hard to tell actually that there are two legs, but this portion of the water becomes opaque, and it's still translucent, so you can still see the wall of this well, but it's just sort of hazy now. and it tries to grab your wrist as you pick it up.
Okay, I telepathically say, "Gotcha now," and arms of Hadar.
Jeez.
Arms of Hadara, huh? Interesting.
Got a tentacle mash
So,
it.
yeah, since I'm down there in the well,
So
I assume it's
you
not
you
like they
try to
don't have.
tell it, "Gotcha now." Oh, you telepathically say, "Gotcha now," and then you begin to speak the words of the spell and realize that you can't really
Or-
speak down here.
Underwater. You can't talk underwater.
This is a good thing because I'm within that 10-foot radius.
You're like 10 feet above him.
Even so,
It's like
I,
chain.
I will be right back, folks.
Okay. So you,
Oh, there
you
is a verbal component. Hmm.
yes.
do I
Oh,
s- do I notice air bubbles rising from
You
Ambrose's
you
mouth?
you do, and so you telepathically tell it, "Gotcha now," and in response, it tells you that you will drown in agony if you persist.
I telepathically say, "Well, that's just rude, sir."
Genderist.
Rock anyway.
Genderist. It does not respond to that.
Okay. All right, I let go of the rock and float back up to the surface. Then.
Okay. As soon as you release the rock, the grip on your wrist relaxes, and the water becomes more translucent, and you lose sight of where this creature is as you float back up.
All right, I breach the surface and I say, "As it turns out, hard to talk underwater.
Okay.
So we're gonna need a new plan." And I pull myself out and prestidigitate myself dry.
We don't need the rock. There's a secret
Before
tunnel to go explore.
before you do
There's
that,
a-
I will mention that you are technically, if you cast it here where you can speak, you are within range because it's 10 feet, and this is only a 10-foot well. Not saying whether or not that's a good idea. I'm just saying that you can do it, and you would
Uh,
that Ambrose would know that.
I know. I don't want to do it when like you can't see the thing.
Okay, fair enough.
I think it's indiscriminate though, isn't it? It's just like whatever is in the range.
Yes, it is
I-
indiscriminate.
I
Yeah.
have a question. Ambrose,
Yeah.
how long are your tentacles?
Give or take 10 feet.
That's not a question you ask a man.
I mean, if you were truly determined to obtain this thing, would one of your tentacles be able to reach down and grab it?
I don't think
This
so.
rock.
Hmm.
I'm not sure if I actually. I do have my third arm. I'm just remembering. How long is that thing?
Wow.
Oh yeah, I
Uh,
have a tentacle coming out of my back. By the way, I should have mentioned that when I said I was taking off my
Oh my-
robes.
Oh my god.
oh, your robes are off. Yeah. So as he descended, Althea would have noted that there's this a third
Yep,
appendage, a
I'm
tentacle coming out near the base of his spine. The tentacle itself is going to be about the same length as your arms. So
Oh, okay, so
What's
three feet or so.
What's Tentacle Boy doing?
He went down into the well and tried to take the rock and tried to cast his tentacle spell, but he couldn't because he has to. There's a verbal component. You can't talk underwater.
Ah.
yeah.
Can we go to the secret tunnel now?
Secret tunnel.
Ambrose, are you satisfied? Can we leave the rock where it is now?
Yeah, let's come back for this thing, maybe, at some point. That that whatever it is down there has a pretty strong grip on it.
And maybe we should just leave it alone. I'm just curious who built the ladder in there to begin with, but
That's what I'm thinking. If that rock, right, like whatever it is, if somebody put that ladder there, that means that they're not throwing it down there so it'll be lost forever or whatever. That means that somebody wanted to come back for it. I'm assuming. Which means it's got to
Very.
be something.
I wonder if the rock purifies the water.
I think
Ooh,
that's very likely, actually.
that is possible.
So where are we going from here, up or down?
Oh, I